Hey everybody, Michael here, and I just picked up an Ouya console and controller. And if you're wondering what in the world is this thing that I bought, it was basically a Kickstarter project from way back. And this thing is an Android box, and it was for $100. Now, right here, we can see a number of different things that's included in the box, such as the case is aluminum and plastic. The CPU is an NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad core, 1 gigabytes of RAM, and then 8 gigabytes of internal flash storage, as well as you can use Wi Fi or an Ethernet port. Now, it does have a USB port and a micro USB port, as well as an HDMI connection. Let me go ahead and turn the box around and let you see a couple of different angles of this. So we can see on the other side, it basically has the UPC and then a number of different brandings. And then on the box, that's where it lists out some of the big value props for this. And basically, it's kind of one of those devices that says that, hey, it's by gamers that wanted to create an open gaming place where a number of different developers can build games for it, since it's basically just an Android box. Now, let's go ahead and let's open this thing up. And the original person that I bought it from did say that all of the inserts, etc., was included in this. And so we can see it has this little plastic piece and says, "And so begins the revolution." Now, the controller here has had a lot of different criticism. Mainly, a number of folks have said that it was very plastic feeling, and I kind of get that feel too, but I haven't tried any games with this thing just yet. As you can see, it's got your top two buttons for your left button, right button, and then it's got the left and right trigger. And then over here, you can pull up this little piece and get access to the battery. So the battery is on each side of the controller. And as you can see, they put some off brand batteries in here, or the previous owner did. And it seems like it is at least not corroded. So over here on the other side, it basically will just pop off as well. And as you can see, again, there is where you would put your battery in that. Again, these do snap on quite nicely there, and it does look like it is a pretty good fit. So let's take a look at the console itself. So it's just this little tiny box, and it says Ouya on the very top of it. Right there is the only button that this console has to it. So you just hit that power button. And then over here, we can see we've got the AC plug, we've got an Ethernet port, the HDMI, as well as USB A 2.0 and a micro USB port that basically you can update the servers and turn this thing back online again. So here is the remaining of the console just for you to take a look at. And let's see what is included in the rest of the packaging here. So if I take off that little cover, we can see that we do have the AC adapter. And this is just a standard plug that you would just plug into your wall here. And then the other part here just plugs directly into the back of the Ouya console. And then from there, you really just need an HDMI cable and you are up and going with this console. So the other thing that was included in the box was the manual over here, nothing underneath there. And so let's take a quick peek at the manual. It looks like this is going to be one of those quick start guides that gets you started in a couple of steps there. And then the rest of this looks like it's just a number of different languages that is also supported in this. Now, what we'll do is we'll go to the end here. There's a place for the notes. And then up at the front, here is just the 4 simple steps that it has. So, yeah, pretty neat little quick guide, but nothing revolutionary. And so let's go ahead and let's just put this all back in here and let's take a look at that other controller that it did come with. Now, one thing I will say is that I did watch some unboxing videos, and the only other thing that was missing from this was it did come with an HDMI cable, but it was a very short one. Okay, so over here, this is the controller, and now they did not state whether or not this controller had been opened or not. And when I took a look over here at the seal, it looked like it had not really been broken yet. So I'm going to kind of zoom in to this just a little bit, and you can kind of see right there. So let's go ahead and let's get this thing opened. Actually, it kind of does look like it has been opened now. So let's see what is included in this. So it does have this little packaging that says in the box, you get the wireless controller and you get some batteries and so forth. And there it is. There is the controller. Now, they sold these controllers separately for $50 at the time that this was first out. And there we go. We can see that over here, this one did not pop off as easy, but it does appear to be able to close quite easily. So we will go ahead and we will look at the other controller side by side. And yeah, there is absolutely no difference between the two here. So underneath the plastic here, we can see that there is another manual that's included in this. So let me go ahead and pull that out and let's just take a look at what is included in the manual. So yeah, that is absolutely it. So for the manual, it is basically the same exact thing that I just showed you just a second ago that came with the console. Yeah, so it's got the same languages and everything else. And then it's probably got, yeah, it's got the same notes down there as well. Okay, well, I believe the next thing that I'm going to do is actually get this thing powered up and play around with it. So if you check out my channel, you should see another follow-up video on this where I actually get this up and running again. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Michael, out.